Welcome, everyone. Welcome to STEMGo, saving time, energy, and money in your business. This is the show you've got to watch. You've got to watch. And today's show you have to watch. If you think you've got time management issues, if you are making excuses in your business for not having enough time to do what you need to do, you've got to watch this show and be inspired by my beautiful guest, Angelique Clarke, who is, we've just been talking about her life, her business, and, everything that she does is so inspiring, I've got to say. So, good morning, Angelique. How are you?
Good, thank you, Karen. Good morning.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
I did an intro for everyone to introduce you on the show. Raising 6 children whilst being at university, your partners at university, and growing a business and growing a beautiful business. So tell us a little bit more about you, if I haven't told everyone about you already.
Yeah, not a problem. So we're a blended family of 6. We have a 21-month-old, a 4-year-old, an 8-year-old who has autism, as well as a 10-year-old, an 11-year-old who has ADHD, and a 12-year-old. So we've got 4 girls and 2 boys.
Stunning, goodness me.
And as you mentioned, I am doing a Bachelor of Law and a Bachelor of Business at university, and my hubby's just finished his graduate certificate and doing his Masters of Leadership, and we run Stepping Stones Business Solutions together, which is where we focus on foundational skills in marketing, in business, strategic advice, and things like that. So it's really great for startups. It's really great for anyone from a planning point of view, which is something I want to talk a little bit later on in the broadcast today about as well, is that you do need to plan. And we plan a lot, given the 6 children that we have. And you need to plan for when things go right and when things go wrong, because it's not just a once-off thing. You can't just plan for when things are going wrong.
Absolutely.
As well.
Yeah. And, how do you fit, how do you schedule your day? What's your partner called again?
James.
Yeah. So how do you and James plan your day and think, goodness, how are we going to fit it all in today? Right now you've got 2 kids homesick as well. So
yes, they're sick from school.
How do you do
So we give them all breakfast, and then we take 10 minutes in the office just to talk about what we've got going on for the day, because there are some days where I probably won't see him until about 5 o'clock, just because we're out doing everything.
Yeah.
So what we do is we actually sit down and we have a chat about what we've got on for the day, and we do take those 10 minutes. So we sit all the 6 kids down, they're all eating brekkie and everything else, and then we quickly duck into our office and we go, we'll leave the 12-year-old in charge, and because she's quite responsible, and we go, if there's any issues, let us know. We leave our office door open. We go sit there and we do to-do lists. We make a to-do list of what do we need done today and what can wait until tomorrow, because there's, in businesses and in family as well, there's so many things that we're all overrun by. And especially being a woman in business as well, I think a lot of the time women in business just tend to overload themselves, because we do have a lot of responsibility in the home and out there working as well. And it is working. When you do run your own business, you are actually working. Lots of people get into the mindset sometimes as well, I think, where they don't feel like they're working because it's their own business. So they go, it's not really work, but it actually is. It is. It's how you put food on your table. It's not just about growing your business and making the money. It's about feeding your family, paying your mortgage, putting the food on the table and things like that. So we do take about 10 minutes to plan, and then he goes off and does what he needs to do, and I go off and do what I need to do. I also schedule in time for housework, time to spend with each of the 6 kids. So when they get home from school in an afternoon, I stop work. I stop work at about 2:30 every day. And from 2:30 to 4 o'clock, it's kid time.
Yeah.
And then what we do is, as well as, I love my slow cooker. We use it quite a bit to get dinner and everything and organise it that way. The kids also help, because being such a large family as well, the kids do get in and they do help and everything else. So the 11 and 12 and 10-year-old are starting to cook a little bit. So they'll chop up veggies and things like that. We've also made that part of their chores and their reward system as well. So, and we're really big believers that if things aren't running right for you guys at home, you can't run in your business.
Yes.
So you do need to, we talk to so many people that say, but I'm so overrun with everything I have to do at home, and there's no time to do this in the business. There's no time to plan. There's no time to look at a marketing plan. There's no time to do a business plan review. And we sit there and we go, Well, if you don't have time to do that in your business, then is your business still going to be there in 12 months? You know, it really is a scheduling issue, and it's really about making the time to schedule it in. As I said, I stop work between 2:30 and 4:30. So I go get the kids from school, they come home, we sit them at the table, we have snacks organized, they sit there, they do their homework and everything else, and it's like a big homework thing. Of course, the 4-year-old and the 21-month-old don't do homework, so really it's just the 4 big ones. But, you know, we sit them around the table and they do all that stuff. And then at 4:30, after they finish their homework, we're doing showers. We have 2 bathrooms where I live because it's such a big house. So we have one upstairs, one downstairs doing their showers and things like that. And then that's when I take some time out to go make my business phone calls and things and send emails and things like that amongst all the craziness that's going on here. But James and I work really quite well together as well. As I said, we do schedule those things. And I think that's really important for any business owner, is those scheduling issues, and also scheduling time together as a couple. I mean, I'm talking, you know, the show's all about business tips and time management and everything else. I think as business owners, we don't actually make time if we're working with our partners, because what you find is that if you don't make that one-on-one time, what happens is it's all just about the business. And you really do end up losing yourself. And so it's really important. So we've made a promise to each other that we schedule in a date night once a month where we go get a babysitter. Go get a babysitter for a couple of hours, go out to dinner. We leave our business phones at home. We don't talk business. We don't talk kids. We just, you know, really get to know each other again. And I think that's really, really important for a lot of people, because that step is missed. And it's the same when
it's so good. It's so good that there's so many things, right, that you've got right in your business and your life. First of all, you've got the idea that you plan. You know, even if it's only for 10 minutes. I mean, it's remarkable actually that you can do what you guys do. getting a plan together for the day in 10 minutes with everything that you've got to fit into a day. And it's not just business, it's life, it's kids, it's studying, it's finding me time in all that. And then you ring fence parts of that day that says, this happens to you, this happens to you, this happens to you.
Yeah, definitely.
And also you've got that support for one another, like you do. It genuinely feels like you're a team, you work together really well.
And that's what it's about. It is about making and creating that team and surrounding yourselves in a network-based thing. So we're really big here at Stepping Stones on strategic partnerships. We believe in doing what you do well and letting others do the rest. Because if you can outsource some of those things and build those networks, so we do foundational marketing skills. So for that, that's talking about, you know, your business plans, your marketing plans, where is your target market and everything else, and trying to identify that with our clients. What we don't do is website design, graphic design. We don't do that. It's part of marketing. We don't do it. We don't do sales. Again, part of marketing, we don't do that. We just do the smallest little part, and then we outsource that to one of our other network partners. So it's really important that when you're running a business with such, you know, any family, really, it doesn't matter how many children you have, if you have children, you need to be able to make sure that within your business and within your skill set, you're not overloading yourself. Absolutely. And that's also really important for your efficiency. So we work with a lot of different partners who can do our web design, who can do the graphic design stuff for us. And we sometimes get phone calls from business owners going, oh, I need a logo, you know, I might just go to Fiverr. And I go, well, Fiverr's good, but you don't own the files. And what that means that if you do go to somewhere like Fiverr or one of those design that's really offers a really cheap designs for your business, in 3 to 6 months' time, you may have a trademarking issue on the logo. You don't own the logo. There's another business out there with your logo. So it actually saves you time to do things right the first time and to look at it and plan it. And for us, Stepping Stones Business Solutions was 2 years in the making. We had a great idea. We sat down. Again, we did all the planning stuff that we needed, and we finally kicked it off at the beginning of this year. But that was 2 years behind it all to get everything correct. And it does, the planning stuff takes time, and lots of people don't. They go, oh, I've got no time. But even if it is just 10 minutes a day. So, you know, James wrote a book, like most people out there now is writing books. It's a really popular tool. He wrote a book when he was financial planning, which he's not doing now. And he did the 1,000-word day challenge for 30 days to write that book, where he sat down, took an hour out of his day, wrote 1,000 words each day, and at the end of the month, he had a book.
Awesome. So that's commitment, isn't it? That's kind of, I mean, first of all, having a plan and saying, this is my goal, this is what I want to achieve, and this is how I'm going to do it. And breaking that down into clear objectives of how that's going to be achieved, and having it measurable, so that you know that at the end of the day, if you've not achieved 1,000 words, you've still got a bit more time to do to work on that, to get 1,000 words done. It keeps you motivated, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does. And 1,000 words a day is 2 pages. So, even if it's 300 words a day, it's 15 minutes. And if you know what you want to say, it's all there. So, that took him 30 days. I hear people now tell me, oh, I've written a book. It's taken 12 months and things like that. No, I want to write a book, but I don't have the time. And then I look to James for some inspiration, and I go, wow, you did this with all the children and everything else, and you still managed to produce a book in 30 days. Like, that's incredible. And
it just shows you what can be done when you set your mind to it, isn't it? It's a mindset thing.
It really does. Definitely. It definitely is a mindset thing. And it's also about, taking those small steps. So any small steps. So there's sales calls that you don't want to make, the sales calls that, are so time consuming, the lead generation work that you do in your business that's so time consuming and you don't want to do it, you're putting it off and off because you're thinking, oh, I don't have time for that. They're just going to say no anyway. It's not worth my time. But at the end of the day, it is worth your time because it's also getting your business name out there, and it's a small step. It's just a small step. It's a phone call. Absolutely. So, you make one step and further steps. I tend to look at it like, I used to be a counsellor in a previous life as well. So we tell a lot of our clients that it's about imagining yourself in a really dark tunnel with a massive light at the end of it, but it's not about getting to the end of the tunnel. It's about taking these little tiny steps to the next bit of light and the next bit of light and the next bit of light, which is why that planning aspect of things is so important. Even if all you have a day is 15 minutes to sit down and go, right, I want to do this. So we recently did the Logan Small Business Expo, which is fantastic. I reckon anyone gets onto Paula Brand and does the Logan Small Business Expo. It was fantastic for us. It was our very first expo. We planned it in 2 weeks. We had my mother-in-law come up and take care of the children on the day because it happened to be on school holidays. So she came up.
I bet you missed them that day.
Yeah, it was really enjoyable. I enjoyed being at the expo, getting out of the house. So it was fantastic. My mother-in-law is a wonderful woman with her 6 grandchildren. So, it's really about looking at it, and we planned it and we said, great, now we need marketing material. And having just started our business, because we launched at the expo as well, we didn't have a lot sitting there in capital. We didn't have a lot of clients. We didn't have the funds there to go out and spend $2,000-$3,000 on marketing.
Sure.
So we sat down and we went, well, what's one of the things that we could do? So I ended up going to Officeworks and having a look at little notepads, and I had my father-in-law make up little QR codes to put on the back of these little notepads that I got. There were 5 for $1. So I got that. We then bought bottles of water and put the QR codes on the water bottles to hand out at the expo, which went down really quite well. My mother-in-law made some homemade jam, so we had that on our expo table, which was, when your business is in a sticky situation, come have a try out jam. These really simple marketing ideas that people can do in their business, which will end up saving them time and money as well. Marketing doesn't have to be expensive.
Sure. You just have to be creative.
You have to be creative, that's right. And that's some of the stuff we do here at Stepping Stones, is that we sit down with the clients and we look at the type of people that they are. And it really is about assessing, knowing yourself, to be able to then be able to market your business in the most efficient way possible.
Absolutely.
I know other business owners that have taken 3 to 4 weeks to get stuff back from the printers and have wasted all this money because they've got pens that dry out that are sitting there and things like that. And the thing is, it's really about going, well, what's going to work for you? What's a little bit of your personality that you can actually put back into your business?
Sure.
And how can you do that in the most time efficient way for your business? So we also schedule, we have a day of writing that James writes for probably about 4 hours, and he'll write blog posts and things like that. Some of that stuff is done at night after the kids have all gone to bed.
Yeah,
after about 7:30, our kids are all in bed. 7:30 to 8 o'clock, we make sure that they're all in bed.
Sure.
And then what we sit down and do is we do some more of that planning stuff again for our business, because we don't have the time during the day to do that. And I don't think a lot of people have the time when they're running their business to then take the time out of their business. So we do that stuff at night, and we write it, and then we have it sitting there. So when we're ready to publish something like a blog or a Facebook post, it's there and it's ready to go. Which saves us a lot of time as well. It saves so much time doing things like that in your business. And I think it's really the time management stuff. Lots of people say, I can't work to a to-do list. That's great, but you need to find something that works for you, because everybody in their business, everybody knows what they're great at and what they're not great at as a person, and that transcribes into our business. And if you know that you're really bad at time management, and you know that to-do charts and, for the kids, for instance, I've got a couple of kids where chore charts don't work. So we just remind them every single day. We have a list up on their wall saying you need to do this. This is your schedule. This is your routine. This is what you do. And they go check it, and they go, oh, but I don't want to do it. And we go, okay, well, go do something else on your chart. So, it's about finding those time management strategies, because every man and his dog has time management strategies. And whilst they work for one person, they're not going to work for everyone. And it's really about, taking that time out to assess yourself with your time management skills, and you go, what needs to be done today? What cannot wait? You've got things like dinner. Dinner can't wait, needs to always be done. Dishes always need to be done. Washing always needs to be done. These are things that always need to be done. But the thing is that you could always probably, chuck a load of washing in the morning and then sit down and do some emails that need to go out on that day. And it's really about that prioritization as well, about assessing what can wait and what can't wait. And I make a lot of lists. I'm quite pedantic.
Are there any times, Angelique, where it doesn't work for you? I mean, this is like super, right? You have got it all together. You and James have just got it so together. And I reckon the planning of the 2 years where you guys, basically it's like building a house, isn't it? You build the foundations.
It really is.
You see these houses, and they seem to take forever to build the foundations, but once the foundations are in, the house, almost overnight, the house comes up. It
comes up. Yeah.
And I think that's what you guys have got. You've got amazing planning skills. You've got amazing time management skills, and amazing ability to be creative with, not that there's a lot of money right now, but you've got a lot of creative energy and motivation, dedication to your business to be creative in it, to make it work, despite not having a huge $100,000 kind of budget going on here.
Yeah. And that's it. Not a lot of people have the huge $100,000 budget to put into their business either. So it really is about finding out what works for you. And we help people achieve that. We ask them for 2 major goals for their business and 1 minor goal, and we work on that. So, one of their major goals, I was talking to a client the other day, one of his major goals was to franchise his business. He wanted to franchise, but he didn't think he could compete with big business.
Sure.
And it was about going, that's a fantastic long-term goal. How are you going to get there? And he goes, I don't know. And it was about
some way of knowing that.
Exactly. And it's gone, that's great long-term, but what are those little steps? Yes. And that's what we try to do here through our business. We practice what we preach. We do it in our business as well. And it really is, because sometimes with a business, you're too close to it. So you can't actually make those decisions for your business yourself, and you do have to outsource things, as hard as it is. We've just had to go through a relaunch phase because there was something that we missed in our planning phase. We didn't even think about it. So with our name, we have to go through a new name change, and I had to outsource that to one of our strategic partners that we work with to be able to do that. So sorry, there was just something came up on my screen. There we go. So we had to outsource that.
You're having to change it from stepping stones, or
we're having to change it from stepping stones, because there was a bit of a trademark issue that we didn't actually think of when we first started. Even though there was 2 years of planning into it, we stuffed up, which is fine, because most of those moments do. So no one's perfect, everyone's human. And it was a mistake that we made, and that's okay because now we're fixing it. So we're about to
Cool.
go through another relaunch, which we're hoping to have done in time for the Brisbane North Small Business Expo. And, you know, we had to do that, which is great because we can now advise our clients that when you start a business, it's not just about registering your business name, but it's about registering your domain name. It's also about registering your trademark if you want to protect your brand.
Sure.
Trademarking was something we weren't aware of when we first started out. We're aware of it now, but you know, and that's what it is. It's as your business develops, you grow as an owner and you grow as a person, and it's about putting all those foundational skills into your business and knowing what your personality is and making that match your business as well.
Sure.
Because that's at the end of the day, you know, that's why people come to you. That's why people come to all business owners, is because of who you are. Marketing's a dime a dozen. You can go to any marketing company. There's lots of them out there. There are lots of designers, lots of web designers, lots of graphic designers. But really what set people apart is, you know, who they are as a person and their time management skills and their efficiency skills, because everyone wants to be more efficient. Everyone wants to be able to save money.
Sure. Yeah.
In where they're coming from.
Of course
they really do.
They should need to anyway if they're done already.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what it is. It's about cost cutting, especially in today's day and age where everybody wants stuff done now and immediately, and timeframes are so short, and time is, you know, really, really important to everyone. It Absolutely. Is, as I said before, that scheduling and finding out what works for you. I mean, we have some time management tools available through Stepping Stones, which we've developed, which I'm happy to share with you after the broadcast.
Awesome.
But those are things about, and they're really simple things. They're just like, what do I have to do today? What can wait until tomorrow? What's important now? And they help people prioritize their goals.
Right.
And
awesome.
that's what it's about, and prioritizing all these different things that you have to do on a daily basis. You know, as I said, I'm studying a law degree. It's the amount of reading for my law degree is ridiculous.
Oh, I can imagine.
I have a textbook. It's about that thick.
Yeah.
And that's just one of them. And I've got like 2 or 3 of them that I have to read, and, you know, consistently. And it really is about scheduling those things into our day. And it sounds ridiculous that you have to schedule time in with your partner and time in for your business, but it's something that makes your business work.
So it's essential to have that communication, that clear communication stream, especially for you guys, where you work together, you live together, you've got raising the family together, and you're kind of doing all this together. And it's so important that each of you knows what the other's doing and why are you doing it, and is it efficient what you're doing, and if not, can we be more efficient here, because this isn't going to work otherwise.
That's right. And it really is about looking at your business efficiency and seeing things where you can be more efficient, which is why I mentioned, you know, the logo designs and things like that. In the future, if you do go to and get where you don't own your design files, it's going to cost you more money and more time in the future to then be able to go and redo it all again. So, you know, with a marketing plan, everyone goes, I don't want a marketing plan. I don't need one. I know how to market my business. It's all in my head. The issue with it being in your head is it's not always there accessible, because we have so much stuff that we process.
A lot of people have, when you're a business owner, you're wearing so many hats. You're just a business owner, not even a person raising a great family like you guys. You have so many different skills that you have to learn, so many different skill sets that you've got to kind of develop and learn. And you can't learn them all at once. And some things you do drop the balls, because some balls don't seem that important in terms of these balls over here that are vying for your attention the whole time. So, you know, you have to just keep trying to juggle all of them and keep them in the air all the time. And you guys do this so well. And I'll tell you what, there's a lot of people out there that do talk the talk and don't back it up with actually doing it themselves in their business. And you guys are walking the walk the whole way, walking the talk. You know, there's no better business to go and do business with than to a business that is actually doing in their own business what you want them to do for your business. And you guys have got it so together in that respect. It's pretty clear, pretty obvious.
Oh, thank you, Karen.
Well, we're going to wrap this show up. This has been stunning. This has been so much fun. And nobody would ever know that this is your first Facebook Live interview, Angelique.
It is. It's actually my first interview ever. It's my first interview ever.
Wow, that is a surprise.
I was very nervous.
You
Thank
have
you
been
for making the
stunning, and
process
you're
smooth.
very, very good at this, just like you're very, very, very good at everything else.
I think we're all good at different things, and we just try. And it helps that I have an overachiever type A personality as well, so I get bored easily. So.
Yeah. So you like to be on the go all the time. You like to get
I
things
do.
done.
Yeah, I like to do everything, and when I don't have something, I just create something else to keep me busy. I think we all do that. We all enjoy multitasking as women, and you know, as I said, just to end, because I know we have to go, but the really important thing as well is just to ask for help if you need it in your business. Put it out to your networks, and make sure those networks can support your business goals in the long term.
Absolutely. I'm going to share some links at the end of, after we're finished and it goes rebroadcast. So I'm going to share some of your links of how people can find you, contact you, get some consultancy from you. Do you want to do a shout out just right now to anyone that's looking on and listening? We've had quite a number of people popping in today.
Yeah,
how they can get to you.
Yep, not a problem. So we're Stepping Stones Business Solutions. Our website is ssbsolutions.com.au, and we're on Facebook at Stepping Stones Business Solutions as well. And our contact numbers are on our website as well as our Facebook page.
Great, awesome. I will definitely be sharing this around, because you have just, in about 10-15 minutes, you've just given people so many stunning tips and techniques and tools and bits of advice of how they can be more efficient, be better time managers, be better money managers in their business. So I do really thank you for coming on the show today. It's really been good.
Thank you so much for having me, Karen.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
You too. Bye.